What you're looking at here is how we make spaghetti at Magnumville. We have back here a small pot with the sauce mix in it, and Mrs. Magnum does this in such a way that it makes it very quick and very easy each time we have spaghetti. She browns the ground beef, and she'll do maybe a couple of pounds of it at a time, drains it, and then puts it, a specific amount of it, into the sauce, and then divides that up into individual sizes that are a sufficient quantity for a meal for two of us. Then she freezes those. Then on the nights that we decide to have spaghetti, she takes them out of the freezer, one of them, thaws it out, puts it in a little pot, heats it up, and then she calls me and says, it's time for you to make the spaghetti portion. So just take a pot of water, put it on the stove on high, get it up to a boil, and then we put the spaghetti in there. And after the water is boiling, the spaghetti stays in there about 11 to 12 minutes. And that brings it to the perfect doneness. So I'll do that, and then I'll be back in a second and show you how we put it all together. Water is boiling, as you can see. Got a sufficient amount of spaghetti here. I usually break it in half, toss it in there, and I almost always decide that I didn't have quite enough, so I add a little bit extra. Toss that in there, give it a little stir so that it doesn't stick together and form into a huge gummy chunk, and it's all individual strands of the old pasta. So we let that boil. I usually turn this down to about medium or so, and then set the timer for 11 minutes, and then all we do is wait. That sound you hear is the spaghetti calling. I did a test, and the spaghetti is perfectly done. We dump that into the colander, get a little hot water, because I like to give it a little bit of a rinse, and this water is hot, so we do that, and that's the name of that tune. The next step is to get a sufficient quantity of this lovely pasta, put it on a plate, just like I said, just like a soap, as my friend Ammohead73 would say. That looks like a good quantity for me. We will give Mrs. Magnum the rest of it, because she doesn't eat as much as I do. The next step is the sauce. And it's nice and hot right off the stove. We just slather a sufficient quantity of that on the pasta. And that should take care of that. And see how that came out, just the perfect quantity. The final step is to add some Pomeranian cheese, as I call it, Parmesan as some others call it, and I do like an abundant quantity of that. Mrs. Magnum doesn't care for it. So that's how we make spaghetti at the Magnum house. Till I speak with you again, and even after that, you stay focused. Now, you didn't think I was going to end the video without at least giving this a taste test, did you? Alright, here we go. See how it is. Perfect. Just like it is every time. It's delicious. You should try this. Very simple, very easy. So, as I said before, until I speak with you again, and even after that, you stay focused.